Okay then, hello. Again, another video. Let's do another video. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Right. What are we talking about today? Voting. Right. So. The, what? Yeah. Right. So. Right. So. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right. So the first off bit is this about one person, $1, or whatever your current currency is, and such, and blah blah blah. So it's basically just a limit on what a person can give to a political candidate to run their campaign. Now, okay, you have this is explicitly denying, like, a corporation obviously is not a person, would not be able to give issue one flesh person. And again, okay, so in Britain we have a history of labour unions giving money based on the people that are a part of their union. I don't really like that either. I think it's a stopgap solution only that's past its time. With the internet, you can decentralize so much of this stuff, and it gives people a way to express themselves without giving too much over. So again. So what am I writing about here? Okay, let's think. Yeah, so like I'm saying, there's no reason to privilege wealthy in the voting system. Why? That's why you have a cap. And yeah, what I'm saying here is you could just cancel money and just make it mandatory. So, but in the end, that means that a really unpopular candidate gets the same amount of money as someone that's really popular and the people really like. I don't think that should necessarily play out that way. That's just me. I mean, this is probably a good case to completely cancel differentiations in campaign funding, but I think there's a better way to work within it. Yeah, and so it's about interest, it's about engagement, and I'll get onto that later. So let's say an outright cancellation, again, would again spiral off into things like, even more so, because you have I'm trying to put this into words properly that makes sense. So and you have to excuse the mic. I probably is popping a bit over into the red every now and again. It's not great. Yeah. So I think outright cancellation would make it so that it's not. Okay, so there's this idea that you lean into a punch, and that's something I think often occurs, is a good analogy for lots of things, especially in politics. You see something bad and you want to get away from it, obviously, but oftentimes that's not the best solution. So you see a punch coming your way, the best solution is to lean towards it. If it's obviously you want to avoid the fight in the first place if you can, but you got to lean into that. It stops the blow. That's the kind of thinking here. Maybe I haven't put it very well, but I think outright cancellation would lead to this stuff with that they're doing already, to be fair. Even where you have, like, okay, I think it's limited, funding is limited, but it should be way lower. I think there's some limit on it, but it should be much, much lower. Like I say, one person, $1. So, and again, okay, and so, I can't remember which one I'm going to now. Yeah, I think I fucked this up. Right, and then the limit, we're going back. The limit should be low enough to not price anyone out, obviously. I'm confusing myself here, aren't I? Wait, I'll go back. Right, so ultimately capital is a tool, so it's there whether you like it or not, and you have to do something about it, like I was saying. And this is another idea that's sort of tangentially connected to this one. It's an idea of like, so in like Australia, I think it is, you get fined if you don't vote, or you don't have good reason to vote. All I'm saying here is get rid of that. Let people vote maybe a bit younger, maybe 4 or 5 years younger than currently, so 14 years old or so, or 15 or whatever. But then make it so their vote is worth less until they've voted quite a bit, and then it goes up. But the cap's set low, so it would be like, so say 100% of vote is now, and 150% would be the cap. So it wouldn't be like you get a massive vote, and you would get there quickly as well by just voting a few times. And like say if you go back earlier, then you're not actually you get to the same conclusion as long as you vote, and like that. And I think it's just a more progressive way of encourage people to engage. In the end, they don't have to. They're not going to be fined or put in prison for not doing it. So, which is cool. I don't think that's a good idea to punish people. You got to incentivize, right? And it's like this basically is a computer game idea, isn't it? Basically, like, and why you have a cap as well is obviously because you don't want to get to the point where you got like people who have been voting, who have got a bigger vote percentage just because they're older. You don't want that. It's just, that doesn't make any sense. Someone older doesn't need more, but people engage more, and should why not? If engagement is important, someone how much they want to do things. So, and here again, I say too much of campaign financing is not okay. It's what they want, but in the end, it's a negation of other people or classes. It should be about you giving to the world you want to see, and the expression you want to see given to you, rather than getting in the way of other people's chance to express it, which is often, I think, the way that having higher limit on campaign contributions and all the other stuff they do with the speeches that give them loads of money and stuff, you're pricing people out, and you're negating their chance to speak and express themselves in the candidate they like. Okay, so this is done. We're done. So stop now.